In today's society, it is estimated that the average American citizen is exposed to between 4,000 and 10,000 advertisements, and that measurement is simply one from a day to day basis. With the new influx of technology that has come about in recent decades, marketers and advertising companies have created many more forms of media to reach consumers on. Everywhere Americans turn, they are ambushed by advertisements, logos, brand names, and many other aspects of the marketing community. Whether intentional, like commercials being broadcast on a billboard in Times Square, or indirect, like recognizing the logo of the t shirt of the man who is walking by, people cannot escape advertising media. That's why people have adapted to tune it out. You do not notice the almost 10,000 advertisements you are exposed to daily, do you? You may remember a select few from today, but certainly not all. When faced with this new challenge, broadcasting companies have turned to a new form of advertising, known as shock advertising. In Brandon Irwin's article, Shock Advertising, Not So Shocking Anymore, an investigation among Generation Y, he defined shock advertising as the use of intentional, offensive, controversial, and attention grabbing advertising used to sell a particular product or idea. Irwin also mentions main ways advertisers practice the shock method: disgusting images, sexual references, profanity, vulgarity, and indecency are among the few included. With the increasing challenges advertisers face to get their message across in a mass sea of other exhibits, is it morally acceptable to expose Americans to shock advertising? To add a little context to the term shock advertising that has been recently introduced, many aspects combine to determine just how much of a surprise an advertisement is. To start, there is a low level of shock involved in measuring the advertisement at hand. Typically, a low level on the scale correlates with material that could be offensive but may not have come off as so once the element was broadcasted. A low level of offensiveness sadly often goes along with a lack of remembrance among viewers. Alternatively, a high level of shock on the scale goes along with material that definitely catches the attention of viewers, but not necessarily in a positive way. High levels of shock typically upset lots of viewers and ruin companies' names and reputations. Another measurement involved in shock advertising deals with norm violations. Irwin defines the breach of norm violations as something that breaks the norms of good taste, decency, visual decency, and personal moral standards. A media piece that uses shock advertising within should push the boundaries, but be cautious of the material being presented. The most important factor of shock advertising is memory recall, which is what most advertising companies' endgames. The reason they risk their brand and product names to attract attention that will not be forgotten 30 seconds after consumers see the media, and they want it to be discussed long after the advertisement is aired. One popular example of shock advertising aired 4 years ago and caught social media by storm. Kmart, a retail company that was experiencing major decline since their merger with Sears, broadcast an ad that was met with controversy. In the advertisement, Kmart had various people of all ages exclaiming, "Ship my pants? Right here? You're kidding!" The ad was intended to broadcast Kmart's new convenient in-store shipping option, but at first the message was overshadowed by the presentation and word selection in the media.
Ship my pants, you're kidding.
You can ship your pants right here.
You hear that? I can ship my pants for free.
Wow, I just may ship my pants.
Yeah, ship your pants. Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I can't wait to ship my pants, Dad.
The video went viral and was viewed nearly 10 million times after its first week of existence. Originally, people were most likely only viewing the video because of its shocking potty mouth nature, but ultimately Kmart did a very good job of getting their message out there. Think about it. Would you remember a regular old Kmart ad that just described the new shipping feature? Or would you remember the ad that incorporated crude and funny language in a typical advertisement setting? Several months after taking the media by storm, Kmart was back at it again, this time with an advertisement that broadcasted big gas savings to its customers, referencing the sales the company was creating on gas and gas products. Of course, using a play on words to hint at vulgarity does not resonate well with some people. Kmart received some backlash on social media and was called desperate and pathetic, but ultimately, Kmart's punniness in their ads saved their declining company for a brief period. A look into the overall stock prices during the years of 2012 and 2013 showed just how the controversial advertisements benefited the company. In December of 2012, Kmart was experiencing record low stock prices, but after the first Ship My Pants ad aired in April of 2013, the stock price started to rise. Kmart's daring advertisements may have offended some people, but in the end, shock advertising paid off for the company and brought consumers into their stores.
If you can't find what you're looking for in store, we'll find it at Kmart.com right now and ship it to you for free.
Opponents of shock advertising often argue that using such things as profanity, sexual innuendos, and overall indecency in advertising is very unethical in today's society. In some people's opinions, shock advertising brings out strong emotions among viewers, and many often become offended. But with the state of international relations in society today, are the materials presented in some advertisements actually shocking, or are people just surprised to see some ideals broadcasted because they are uncommon? Advertising companies have faced increasing hardships trying to communicate messages in a world that has become proficient at ignoring the exact medias that are targeted at them. So in order to become successful, shock advertising is necessary to publicize certain materials. After all, it is an advertiser's risk to use a strategy such as shock advertising because there's no guarantee it will pay off and there's no guarantee that they will not lose customers and market share. As long as a company is skilled enough to create a commercial that pushes boundaries yet does not offend a large enough group of people, there is no reason why shock advertising should not be allowed in the broadcasting industry.